All right, Shane. Well, let me ask you real quick about Coach O. I mean, because I think we all anticipated this news would come eventually, but
Yeah.
it comes after at LSU, big win over Florida, 3 in a row. They've beaten the Florida Gators 49-42, and LSU just ran all over Todd Grantham's defense. But I already put out the emergency podcast on Coach O. If you missed that, I put that out on Sunday. We got a video and audio version of that, so go check it out if you missed that. But just wanted to get your reaction, Shane, because we got Coach O out here. He's going to get his full buyout. Sounds like it's going to be around $17 million. He says he's going to coach throughout the end of the season, including a bowl game. He's still recruiting. Hell, he said he's met with 2 recruits here on Sunday, the day they found out they're moving on from him. But at the end of the day, I know LSU fans very frustrated with where their program's trending, but I think they're lucky that they got Coach O, Shane, because they got a national championship out of it. They got a guy that, he made his mistakes, and that's why we're moving on. But at the end of the day, he loves LSU. And hell, I mean, how many other coaches, Shane, when you find out, hey, in 5 games you're done, how many of them would sit here with a smile on their face and say, I get to be the coach for 5 more games, and I'm going to work my ass off to win all 5 of them? I think the vast majority of these coaches, not only in the SEC but around the country, with the exception of a handful, would say, you go to hell. If you're moving on from me, I'm leaving.
Yeah, this is it's a bittersweet, I guess, story. When you think of Coach O, this was his dream job, man.
Right.
I think he would have done it for free. I really do. He loves LSU. We wanted it for him. I know that. I know a lot of fans down there did. They probably thought they could have gotten a better coach. But look, man, I mean, you had a couple bad years with him, but you also have a national championship. There's a lot of teams that are in the SEC that don't have that or don't have that recently and would love to it, would give up a few bad years just to have that opportunity. So, Coach O orchestrated that. Say what you want. He may not be the best coach, if you're looking at, I don't know, attributes or something like that, or just his track record, but he got you a championship game. He loves his program, and I hate it. I hate it for him. I mean, I've always secretly pulled for Coach O, but, the fact of the matter is LSU is a storied program, and you look at some of these programs in the country that I mean, you could fall out of graces quick, man. Look at me, man. 1998. How many times are we going to talk about 98 and how great we were and all this stuff? We're bitching and moaning because we had 2 losses during the year. It was like, we can't handle that anymore. We got to get our coach in here and win us championships. But you could fall off the face of the earth, and then LSU's not a storied program. It's not a hot commodity. LSU still has a pull, man. They can get any coach that they want to come down there. But the longer that you struggle, the harder it is. And I think that's the key. They wanted to make this move early. Kind of surprises me that it's after a victory. But and it surprised me that Coach O's going to stick around. I think that's the big one. I mean, that just, again, shows you how much this means to him. He's gonna cherish every day from here till they eventually box up his shit and send him home. But, that's Coach O and LSU, man.
Yeah, it almost says to me, Shane, they thought they were going to get hammered just like we all did against Florida with so many players out. They were ready. Hell, they just put out a 19-page document on his contract and all the details of his termination. So they had this thing in their back pocket ready to go. I think they probably got another coach lined up. And I think it'd be smart, Shane. I'm not saying you make a hire to get a player, but I think you call the Manning family and say, who's Arch want to play for? I mean, I think that's kind of what, at this point, that's what you do, because you got this homegrown 5-star quarterback. Everybody's saying he's the next great Manning quarterback, can literally change the fortunes of your college football program. And a couple of years ago when LSU went to the national championship, Shane, he was trending towards LSU. Now LSU's not even on his damn radar. So that gives you an idea of how far, how quickly things can change. And they be wise. Again, you don't make the coaching hire to appease a quarterback, but I think you certainly get input from his family, who's SEC royalty.
Isn't it crazy though about I I've never seen a recruit with this much weight coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think in years past, I mean, there's been some big names clearly, but I'm thinking of like Sims in Texas or Mustang with Arkansas. You know, there's some of these guys that carried some weight, but nobody like Arch. I mean, it's almost as if when Arch enters college, it doesn't matter. They're going to win three national championships all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a lot of weight and pressure to put on somebody, even a Manning at that. I mean, Eli had a lot of pressure coming into Ole Miss, and I'm not saying he wasn't successful down there, but I'm definitely thinking the Ole Miss expected a little bit more when he signed. So, I think you're right. I think that's what it is, man. You got to have a good quarterback. You look at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is missing pieces, brother. But they're a hell of an offense because of Matt Corral. I truly believe it. So you get a good quarterback, it makes everybody around you better. But yeah, it looks like they just want to get an early start on it, don't it?